This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Good evening to you at 11 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starrentino. We start tonight with the Storm Team 6 alert. A dense fog advisory is in effect.
And that could cause problems on the roads into the morning drive. Kevin is here helping you prepare.
And I think you'll need a little extra time. And the first thing I would do if you have kids in school is check the RTV6 app, the IndyChannel.com, and tune into Good Morning Indiana. Could very well be some 2-hour delays as a result of the fog settling in. Visibility just measured in feet in some spots. This is kind of weather where you're just crawling along, can't see much at all. You need the low beam headlights. That extends to the south and east as well. With the light wind, clear sky, and moist ground, the stage is set for this to continue to about 9 or 10 in the morning. Temperatures above freezing most locations, but where the temperature does get to freezing, we've got to watch bridges for freezing fog. That's nothing more than a cloud on the ground. We will see some showers after the fog burns off. We'll talk about other big events in the 7-day planner coming up.
New at 11, an Eastside business is out thousands of dollars after the owner says this man keeps stealing truck batteries. He's asking for help tracking down the thief.
RTV6's Cameron Riddle shows you this is not the only business getting taken advantage of by the same person.
Eastside businesses say they are tired of getting hit by the repeat thief that keeps stealing the batteries off of their trucks. They say this thief is so brazen that he's got the nerve to commit the crimes right in front of security cameras.
Sunday morning he came and parked, and you can see in the video a truck pulls up over here and it scares him and he leaves. And then a few minutes later, because there's 2 different videos, he comes back to finish the job.
When Brian Holloway enters his Eastside office at Advanced Office Logistics, his goal every day is to make money. But twice in the last week, he's lost money, thanks to this man.
Taking these batteries and for what he gets out of them, I think it costs us $800 a truck to replace them every time it happens.
The suspected thief has been caught on surveillance video a number of times at least 4 businesses. On Sunday, a 2-toned van with a missing bumper pulled in between 2 trucks that the thief was stealing from. He got away with 3 batteries from Advanced Office Logistics. On the night of the 6th, that same van was spotted when 9 batteries were stolen from the same parking lot. And on December 26th, the same van pulls behind another business near 16th and Sherman. Only this time, the suspect can clearly be seen with his bright orange clothes, ignoring the security camera and lights right in front of him.
These batteries are showing up somewhere. You know, 3 brand new batteries got taken somewhere yesterday and turned in for a core charge of like $40 a piece, and you know, we're out $4,000 in a week on stolen batteries.
Holloway is asking area businesses to team up and take this suspected thief off the streets.
With the video evidence and maybe someone seeing that this is happening to other people, that more people will step up and have more footage, and that we can get enough charges that something will happen.
Working for you on the East Side, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
And if you keep being victimized by criminals and feel like you have nowhere else to turn, contact us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
New at 11, another heated school board meeting in the Northwest Hendricks County School District.
It's about damn time that you guys started doing what's right, because this is getting completely out of control.
Parents and community members continue to demand action and answers from the board. The district has faced months of criticism over the handling of a sexual misconduct claim against a teacher. And now the federal government is investigating whether the district properly handled sexual harassment reports involving students. Some people say they feel like the school board isn't taking their concerns seriously. A public relations official representing the district says that's not the case.
Maybe you'll care when the federal government steps in and jerks all your money away because you're not doing the right thing.
I'm really concerned that you don't take your job seriously at all. You're not protecting the students.
There are issues that the community is concerned with, and we understand that. And although they may think they are not being heard, we are certainly giving them plenty of opportunities to be heard, and we're taking under advisement the kinds of things that they are concerned about.
In a statement, the PR firm says the district is taking steps to make sure it's in compliance with Title IX. Tonight, the board also held a reading of changes to the Parent Code of Conduct that are based on recommendations from attorneys with the Indiana School Board. You can read the full details of this complicated issue at the IndyChannel.com.
Investing in the people of Indiana. That was the theme of Governor Eric Holcomb's State of the State address tonight.
The state of our state is stronger than ever.
His agenda includes more job opportunities for people returning to the workforce from prison, creating the state's first adoption unit within the Department of Child Services, and taking steps to improve teacher pay.
Tonight, I'm recommending that in the next budget, the General Assembly uses an additional $250 million from our surplus and put it toward teacher retirement funds. In turn, $50 million a year will be generated to redirect to teacher pay.
After the speech, Democrats said they were not impressed with Holcomb's proposal. They questioned the Republican governor on why this move cannot be done right away instead of waiting until 2021.
15,000 educators showed up in November, and the governor said tonight, you still have to wait.
For more analysis and reaction to the state of the state, go to our website, theindychannel.com, or the RTV6 app.
The presidential election is 10 months away, and the race for the Democratic nomination is heating up. 6 candidates debated the issues in Iowa tonight, just weeks before the state's first key caucus. ABC's Trevor Ault has the major moments from Des Moines.
Tuesday in Iowa, the 7th Democratic presidential debate had high stakes, but the shrunken crowd of only 6 candidates not necessarily leading to more aggressive sparring.
Joe and I have a fundamental disagreement here, in case you haven't noticed.
The candidates did, however, tackle the elephant in the room. Reports Senator Bernie Sanders had told Elizabeth Warren in 2018 that a woman couldn't win the election.
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't say it.
The only people on this stage who have won every single election that they've been in are the women.
In the midst of looming tensions between the United States and Iran, the candidates spending an extensive amount of time on foreign policy.
We can continue to remain engaged without having an endless commitment of ground troops.
When it comes to Iraq right now, I would leave our troops there, despite the mess that has been created by Donald Trump.
Senator Bernie Sanders comparing his record on the ongoing Iraq war to that of Vice President Biden.
I did everything I could to prevent that war. Joe saw it differently.
I was asked to bring 156,000 troops home from that war, which I did.
And as in previous debates, a major point of division was health care and how much government intervention is enough or too much.
We got to move past a Washington mentality that suggests that the bigness of plans only consists of how many trillions of dollars they put through the Treasury.
The numbers that the mayor's offering just don't add up. The average family in America last year paid $12,000 in some combination of deductibles and co-pays and uncovered expenses and fees. You can't cover that with the kind of money that the mayor is talking about.
The Iowa caucus is now less than 3 weeks away. The latest Des Moines Register poll shows Senator Bernie Sanders sitting at the top of the race, but in a virtually 4-way tie with former Vice President Joe Biden, Senator Elizabeth Warren, and Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Trevor Ault, ABC News, Des Moines, Iowa.
And the House is expected to vote tomorrow to send the articles of impeachment against President Trump to the Senate. They'll also name the impeachment managers who will act as prosecutors during the Senate trial. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says the trial could start this week, but significant proceedings would launch next Tuesday. He is pushing for a quick trial with no witnesses. That will be decided by a majority vote.
I can't predict whether we'll have witnesses or not. At first, everyone said no. McConnell seemed to rule the roost. Now we're having some people entertain it, but you don't know what's going to happen.
The president is accused of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress.
The longtime athletic director and head men's basketball coach at Franklin College is now the school's acting president. The Franklin College Board of Trustees appointed Carrie Prather to the position today, 1 day after announcing the firing of Thomas Minor. Minor is facing child sex crime charges. He was arrested in Wisconsin. Prather will hold the position while the search committee looks for a new president. Carmel police are asking for your help identifying a man who used a credit card that was stolen in a carjacking. Investigators say 2 men stole the driver's car and his credit card at gunpoint just after 7 a.m. on January 3rd. The card was used that same day at businesses in Indianapolis and Speedway. You can report information about the crime to Carmel Police. That number is 317-571-2580.
My friend said that it was raining, but like I didn't see any clouds.
Kids covered in jet fuel. Next, new information about how this happened. And a little later.
Deep down, everybody knows you got to keep your head on a swivel.
And a story that will hopefully encourage you to move over or slow down the next time you see a tow truck on the side of the road.
Donate to Goodwill.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Did an in-flight emergency require a Delta plane to dump fuel over Los Angeles? That is the question tonight after jet fuel rained down on schools. ABC's Romina Puga has reaction from those affected and the latest on this investigation.
A plane's emergency landing just minutes after takeoff. The aircraft dumping its jet fuel over Los Angeles neighborhoods as it headed back to the airport.
At LAX, 777 was dumping fuel. So it's very possibly fuel that did drop on these people.
The Delta flight returning to LAX, needing to lighten its landing weight, a procedure that usually happens over water or sparsely populated areas and at higher elevations above 5,000 feet where fuel evaporates before hitting the ground. In this case, the plane was still dumping at 2,300 feet, a noted mist falling on multiple schoolyards while children played outside.
My friend said that it was raining, but like I didn't see any clouds.
Within minutes, crews raced to treat dozens of people suffering eye and skin irritation, many of them children.
I got pretty nervous because I didn't know what was happening.
The 777 aircraft was bound for Shanghai when the airplane experienced a compressor stall, a backfiring of the engine.
Usually you're going to want to dump fuel out over the water or over a sparsely populated area. If you're going to dump it on the way to the airport over a city, you really need to have an urgent reason to do so.
According to the FAA, a fuel dump cannot happen over a populated area unless the captain feels the urgency to get back on the ground exceeds the normal interests of not dumping over a populated area. Now the question whether the need for the immediate emergency return warranted the over-the-city dump. Romina Puga, ABC News, Los Angeles.
A former co-worker says she warned supervisors about a semi-truck driver accused of causing a deadly crash on I-65. Matthew Small faces charges in connection to the wreck on January 5th that killed a young couple and a one-year-old child. Robin Michelin, a truck driver of 20 years, says she worked with Small at a company in Grand Rapids last year. She says after he damaged equipment and received 2 violations, she raised concerns to management, saying, quote, "When we get drivers in here who don't care about how they drive or how they treat the equipment, we don't need people like this driving for this company." Well, Michelin says Small was eventually fired. You can read more about this new information and Small's history of driving infractions in the RTV6 app.
Working for you, RTV6 is raising awareness about a deadly traffic problem that does not get a lot of attention.
When police officers and firefighters are killed, they're all over the national news, regional news, and they should be. Towing operators, you're lucky if you get 10 seconds of news coverage.
Tow truck drivers say people often slow down and move over for police and emergency responders on the side of the road, but not for tow trucks, and drivers are dying because of it. Indiana's slow down, move over law applies to tow trucks, but they are often disregarded. Today, we witnessed car after car drive past tow trucks on the side of the road without moving over.
Well, it's absolutely a frequent topic of conversation. It's probably what scares most of my guys the most. Even if they don't want to say it, you know it.
One tow truck driver is killed every 6 days in the U.S. The slow down, move over law requires drivers to change lanes when crews are on the shoulder of the road or slow down 10 miles per hour if that is not possible. Damaging emergency equipment can lead to a fine or suspended license. Causing injury or death can lead to prison.
Open 24 hours isn't what it used to be. A Utah man found that out the hard way.
I went to the front door and wait, this is locked.
Dan Hill ended up locked inside a 24-hour fitness after finishing a late-night swim in the gym's pool. After calling his family, he called 911, and while waiting for first responders, he passed the time by posting pictures on social media.
I just kind of thought it was funny at the start. You know, it was a little like Home Alone. It's like, oh my gosh, I got this gym to myself.
The gym had recently changed its hours. Dan was trapped in there for less than an hour, but tens of thousands of people reposted his pictures there.
First picture I would have taken would have been on the scale, my weight at the time that I found that I was locked in, and then in the morning, see how much I could lose.
I love this story, though. I posted it on my Facebook and had people say what they would do, and a lot of people were just saying, I would just hang out in the sauna and relax.
Just enjoy it, right?
Get some time time away from the kids. It'd be great.
You wouldn't expect that at a 24-hour fitness, though. It's in the name.
I got you. It's possible you'll have a couple hours extra, the kids in the morning, because of some 2-hour delays as a result of our fog. Our RTV6 app will be your friend in the morning, and then with showers around, don't forget our free Storm Shield app as well. The recipe we talked about earlier this evening: clear sky, light wind, moist ground from all that recent rain. That's why the fog is forming and is very dense. Visibility, a problem for the entire RTV6 viewing area through about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Visibility down to just a couple of feet in Columbus, Quarter Mile, Lafayette, Terre Haute, Peru. Take a closer look here and you can see how dense this fog is. Not easy to travel, certainly anywhere close to normal speeds in this type of weather. Tomorrow, 52 will be our high. We'll see above average temperatures one more day, then much colder Thursday and Friday before a brief but significant warm up on Saturday. Temperatures kind of all over the place here as we go through the next few days. Chance for showers tomorrow, lower than what we'll expect Friday and Saturday. But Friday, I think we have a period of snow before it transitions to rain into Saturday morning as warmer air catches up with the moisture. 7 p.m. Friday night, ongoing snow mixing with and changing to rain to the south. That will push north and transition everything over to rain. We might see some light accumulating snow, though, before that is all done. 48 with rain, may see over an inch of rain Saturday. That may aggravate flooding situation. Then as we go to Sunday, 26 degrees, much colder. The nose of that cold air comes in, and the difference, it won't just leave right away. We've got 3 mornings in the teens in the 7-day forecast. Overnight, the fog around, then the showers come in mid-morning to early afternoon. These are light rain showers expected. Temperatures will be mild tomorrow, 52 in the metro area. Thursday, we're dry, but noticeably colder. You'll need the heavy coat again. Temperature just above the freezing mark. Thursday, temperatures from the upper 20s to the mid-30s. I just want to show you Friday night into Saturday morning. See how temperatures coming up. That will be critical as to how much snow accumulation we may have. I think there'll be a better chance for areas to the north, and then that cold air takes over. 3 mornings in a row, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in the teens. Highs will be in the 20s, but the word of the overnight and tomorrow morning is fog.
All right, we'll watch for that. Thank you, Kevin.
Dave first joins us now. Hey, Dave.
Hey, guys. Yeah, good evening to you. Only a few home games for the Pacers this month. Last night, they took advantage of one of the few, a big dub over the Sixers just before leaving town again, though. The Pacers, quick practice today, working out the soreness from the night before. The blue and gold playing 6 of the next 7 on the road, beginning tomorrow night in Minneapolis. Good news from Malcolm Brogdon after missing the last 5 games. Man, he had 21 points and 9 assists last night.
You know, when you miss a certain amount of games, 3-4 games at the least, when you miss that amount, it can be tough to get back into your rhythm. So I knew there was going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me, a little bit of rust, but I feel like I shook it off.
Meanwhile, many think it's harder to win than a sectional, maybe at least a state championship. It's the Marion County Tournament, edition number 101, beginning tonight. Started at top-ranked Lawrence North. Jack Heavers won 8 county titles at LN. Hosted North Central. Wildcats up early on the break. Tony Perkins tosses it up. Shamar Avance. LN went up by 7. Panthers keeping it close. Leland Walker into the lane, working the right-hand floater. But the Cats have a ton of talent. DJ Hughes, watch the pass ahead. CJ Gunn slams it down. Hughes had 22 tonight. Perkins with 21. Ellen wins at 75-59. They'll play at Decatur Central tomorrow night. And congratulations, Jack Kiefer, now 2nd place. All-time, 106 wins and counting, tying the legendary Lagodi coach, Jack Butcher. First round game at Brebeuf. The legendary Jerry Baker on the PA. Bake in the house. Brebeuf built a 7-point lead in the 4th. Billy Smith hit a couple of threes. They're thinking upset at home, but LC would make it all the way back. Ty Davis gets open. He gets the friendly bounce. He had 15, game tied at 50. Final minute, putting it away. Greg Jenkins, 3-ball, 17-2 run. Nigel Pack had 24. Bears win 59-52. They host Southport tomorrow night. Hey, Friday tonight, first and foremost from New Orleans last night, and the celebration was on, right? LSU National Championship just rolled Clemson, and it was everything Joe Burrow could have wanted. The Heisman Trophy winner, 5 touchdown passes, ran for another. But the celebration, the ESPN cameras didn't catch afterwards. In the locker room, Burrow enjoying a cigar. That makes me smile. don't at me, by the way. Life is good for the LSU quarterback, Joe Burrow.
And he's just celebrating in his own way.
That's like after every weathercast for Gregory. Sits back and
I'm thinking that's
has
some
a
kind
cohiba.
Some kind of NCAA violation.
It might be, yeah, you're probably right.
We won't talk about that, right?
Well, next, you don't need a lot of money to attend coding camp, the free opportunity to learn how to turn zeros and ones into apps and websites.
It's a Monday only at Ashley Home Store.
RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is connecting you to job openings and training opportunities. The real estate website Zillow recently named Indianapolis one of the country's top 10 up-and-coming markets when it comes to technology companies.
And that means skills like computer coding are in high demand, so the Indianapolis Public Library has teamed up with Free Code School to provide training for Hoosiers looking to take the first steps towards a coding career. The organizers join me in studio to talk about this opportunity. And right now I am joined with Melissa Marianne from the Indianapolis Public Library and Gwen from Free Code Camp. And you guys have all come together now for a partnership with these two programs. So tell us, what is Free Code Camp?
Free Code Camp is an international nonprofit that gives free curriculum and resources for people all over the world to learn how to code. And specifically, we have a local chapter called Free Code Camp Indy, which is located in and around Indianapolis. And we meet and provide resources for people to be able to learn to code and learn programming skills.
Why is this so important to have in this community?
Because this is where the job growth is. We look at Salesforce and the bigger companies that are moving here and being started here.
Tech is one of our fastest growing industries, and there's definitely a skill gap. Already we have people looking to bring in talent from outside of the city, and we think that there's talent that we can develop here.
So why bring a coding program into the library?
Well, it's part of a broader mission for the library. Of course, we want to emphasize lifelong learning. That's, of course, more than just books. So we offer things such as our Career Center that provides people pathways into finding a new career, and this is just a logical extension of that. And that's why the library felt it was so important that we be involved, because at the end of it, we do already have resources for investigating a career and continuing on that pathway.
With all the other programs that are going on there.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Who are you targeting with this program at the library?
So we're really focusing on people who have never coded before, so people who are trying to find a first step into the tech industry. So our only requirement for people to participate is that they have decent typing skills and a general understanding of how to use the web.
What kind of jobs are out there when it comes to coding? How many jobs?
A lot.
A lot.
I believe it's the fastest growing job market in the Indy area and in many places around the country. And there's all different sorts of jobs. We specifically teach web development in this program, but there's also different aspects of software engineering, from building mobile apps to desktop to data science, and all different avenues where you can take this. Once you're introduced into coding, then you can go anywhere with it.
And to enroll in Free Code School's January program, you must attend 3 info sessions. They will be held at Central Library. The first is tomorrow at 6 p.m. For more information, go to hiringhoosiers.com and click on this story. We'll be right back.
A year to drive home a new Kia.
Okay, fog right now, fog in the morning, which means check for a 2-hour delay, especially outlying areas. I think that may be an issue, is visibility down under 1/4 mile. A few showers around tomorrow, but we make it into the 50s.
And Good Morning Indiana starts at 4:30 a.m., so stick with them for updates.
Thanks for joining us for RTV6 News at 11. It's been great having you along.
Good night.